Is Lois Bowers, and I am 67 years old. I was born and raised here in Memphis, Tennessee, in Orange Mound, Tennessee. Orange Mound was a community that hosts so many churches, so many schools, but I was fortunate enough to go to Melrose High School and graduated from there. I actually attended the entire 12 years. Professor Campbell was the principal there. And Melrose was a place where we were nurtured and cared for, taught. I always say that an education from Melrose or any of the surrounding schools was like a 2-year college education. It was rigorous, but the teachers were fair, and they wanted to see us achieve. When I was born, my English teacher used to talk about coming to see my mother. And I was born in the house where my daddy purchased in Orange Mound in 1948. And the purchase price was $3,200. He paid $32 per month. He worked for Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, and later on became the owner of brick trucks. He hauled bricks here in Memphis. A lot of the buildings I can pass by, my dad hauled the bricks there. So he came from Arkansas to Memphis, Tennessee, and became involved with Memphis Light, Gas, and Water, and then had his own business. My mother was from Marion, Arkansas, also one of the smartest people I know. She probably finished 3rd grade, but was able to run his business aspect of and do the payroll. So my life as a child in Orange Mound was really fun, and as far as the civil rights aspect of it, as we grew up, we noticed that, there were places that we could not go, but our community was one that offered us everything that we needed. We didn't know we were missing out, or we didn't miss. We started being more aware of the world, and our teachers gently showing us the discrimination. We started to be more active in wanting more and wanting to experience more in our communities. And this was like across the nation, or probably I know across Memphis. We had a lot of businesses that were owned by whites. And most people were very, very nice to African American people. We were called colored people back then. And so one particular instance, Danny was on the malt stand on the corner. And on the building was colored on the side, whites on the front. Danny was such a nice person until there again, we just would walk up to the colored side because that's what we were told to do. But he was very nice to us. Diane and I even had an account there. We could go up there and buy ice cream, and our older brother would pay the bill at the end of the week. We were driving when we heard on the radio that Dr. Martin Luther King had gotten shot. And it was shocking. And so we began to hear sirens, and we lived in Orange Mound, and that happened downtown. So it just kind of, as everyone started to hear, everything just started to become unglued in our communities. People were angry, people were hurt, and people started to do things that they normally would not have done. I had never witnessed rioting, but after that, it was something that we had never seen in Memphis. the city was shut down and put under a curfew for several days. In my senior year is when Dr. Martin Luther King was killed here in Memphis. And that was a dark day and a dark blemish on Memphis. You know, there was common knowledge in Memphis that a lot of African American policemen wanted to be off duty and protect him, and they were not allowed to. And in fact, the people that were protecting him probably did not have his best interests at heart. But anyway, you know how our city has got to do is learn when you're supposed to be a mentor and stop competing with the young people and do something that will make you all stay here. Because I'm looking at you all, but you know what? You may not be here 5 years from now. Nashville will snatch you up or someone else. So they're going to have to figure out how to get people in positions that are other than sports, that can move this city forward and really understand the demographics and understand and be the mayor for everyone.